Good morning and welcome to the first in our Ask Our Expert series. My name is Kenny Clark and I'm the president of the Kenneth Company. We're a global logistics company that specializes in the movement of oversized and overweight freight throughout the US, Canada, and Mexico. So today we're going to talk about a question that we've been hearing a lot from current customers as well as new customers and even companies we just happen to be talking to randomly. The question is, how do I know the rate that I receive from my carrier or my broker is any good? The biggest complaint we've been hearing and some of the things that we've been seeing is that companies are giving really cheap prices and then they're not able to fulfill the contract. So they'll say, hey, I can do it for X price. Then when it comes time to actually moving the freight, the truck never shows up. They ask for more money. Whatever the situation is, but the end result is we get calls begging us to help them out of a situation, which ends up costing the customer a lot more money, and in some cases aggravates their customers and could potentially lose them business. So we want to delve into why this is happening. What's going on? What's causing this problem? Well, the first thing is this shipper or is this customer actually doing any due diligence, or are they just chasing the cheap price? So we see a lot of companies out there that use a business model of we'll accept any order from anybody no matter what, and we'll never say no, and just hope and cross our fingers we can get it done. Those guys usually employ a lot of sales guys that are basically commission only. So all they do is that their goal is to get as much freight in the door as possible. They really don't know what they're doing. So a good way to figure out whether this company has any idea of what they're doing as far as shipping, and in my world when it comes to oversized, it's really easy. If you look at their website, you can quickly determine whether this company has any clue as far as whether they're good at shipping oversized or not. So if they don't put any information on their site about oversized freight, then they're probably not doing it on a consistent basis. Companies that regularly handle oversized are going to put a lot of information about what they do, how they do it, what's involved with the process, what they're good at, what they're not good at, and they're going to really delve into specifically oversized. Companies who don't do it, you're going to see a lot of LTL, a lot of stuff about vans and truckload, maybe some expedited rail, things like that. Those guys really have no clue. And you might see a small blurb at the bottom of some website or bottom of some full truckload thing about flatbed, specialized, and oversized freight. Those guys don't do business in the oversized world and really shouldn't be used. The other thing is did you get that round number, that $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 quote, and just straight out round number? Well, that's probably because the carrier went, "What? Here you go." Nothing. It's not backed by anything. It's just some number they pulled out of the air, and because they didn't want to bother to do their due diligence to figure out what's actually involved in moving the freight. So they gave you a number hoping that it was great to work for them, but in reality, they have no clue whether I actually be able to cover that shipment or not. The third thing about quoting is, did you receive a quote with a breakdown? Did the quote show you exactly what's involved? Does it have the oversized line haul, the permits, a breakdown for permits, escorts, pole cars, route service, all the services needed to actually do the work? Or is it just simply a round number or just a number in general? So my recommendation when selecting a supplier is to know who you're doing business with, number one. Number two is ask for a breakdown. Tell the carrier or broker that you want a breakdown of the quote, exactly what's involved. You want to know how this shipment's going to get moved. What are the permit costs? What are the escort costs? Are there escorts? Are there pole car requirements? Are there route survey requirements? And what are those fees? And finally, if this company doesn't do the freight, if this is not their expertise, maybe it's worthwhile spending a little bit more money and avoiding the guy that has no clue what he's doing and going with the carrier that actually specializes or a broker that actually specializes in moving this kind of freight. So in closing, we want to welcome you to the next session, which will be hosted on a regular basis every month. We're going to take questions and ideas through our website, through emails, through LinkedIn, however you want to post it, and we're going to we'll find experts to answer those questions, or we'll use internal resources. And those questions, we'll pick the best question that's the most popular question from customers, shippers, carriers, whoever it is. I look forward to next month and just meeting with you guys again. And thank you and have a great day.